Hello and welcome to Counting the Omer 5786. This video is for the count of the night of May 1st, 2026, and throughout the day of May 2nd, 2026 until sunset. Let's start with the blessing for this mitzvah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who sanctifies us, who makes us holy through mitzvot, these pathways of connection, these commandments, and who commanded us regarding the counting of the Omer. Hayom 30 yom shehem 4 shvuot v'shnei yamim la'omer. Today is day 30, which is 4 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Kadosh, gvura shebehod, selah. Holy One, strength and splendor forever. So before we get into what all of this means, let's say a blessing for Torah study. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who separates us out, who makes us holy, who sanctifies us through mitzvot, and who commanded us to busy ourselves with words of Torah. So we are in the 5th week of the counting of the Omer. So the first week was day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 completed the first week. And then we were in the second week. Week 1 plus 1 day, that's the second week. It's moving through the second week. Then you get to week 1 plus 7 days, that's 2 weeks. That's completing the 2 weeks. And then you start on the third week with 2 weeks and 1 day, right? So we are in the 5th week of the counting of the Omer, which corresponds to Hod, splendor. And this is the second day of the week, which apparently I can't spell properly, which corresponds to Gevurah, strength. So let's talk about that word Selah that was at the end of the second line there in the counting of the Omer piece. Have you ever noticed that this word almost never gets translated? It's just, poetry, 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 Selah. What the heck is that? And this time it's translated as forever. Well, the word Selah in biblical Hebrew is usually a musical direction. As such, it's kind of untranslatable. It's a pause, or at least it's believed to be a pause. We know that much, or at least we think we know that much. It looks like it should be related to the work Samech Lamed Hey, which means to toss aside, to make light of, or to swing. But the Klein dictionaries and the Brown Driver Briggs dictionary both says, nope, the music Selah is related to a different root, Samech Lamed Lamed, which means to lift up. Jastrow, in Jastrow's dictionary, says on a note on the Netzach entry, remember Netzach is endurance and victory, but it also means eternity. And he says in that entry, wherever the biblical text has the words Netzach, Selah, or Va'ed, it means etc. But these are relatively modern linguists hashing out what this word means. It turns out that even 2,000 years ago, sages were looking at this word, which again, apparently I can't spell properly. I guess I was typing too fast today. I'm sorry, guys. And wondering what it meant. Jastrow has a note on his entry for Selah to go look at Talmud Bavli, the Babylonian Talmud, Tractate Eruvin, page 54A. That means the front side of the page of the 54th piece of paper in the book. And there we find, with regard to the end of this verse, a sage of the school of Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov taught the following baraita. Wherever it states netzach, selah, or va'ed, the matter will never cease. It has a little piece there about netzach, and then it goes on to say selah, as it is written, we have heard, so we have seen in the city of the Lord of hosts, in the city of our God. May God establish it forever, selah. This is from Psalms 48:9, chapter 48, verse 9. And the quote continues, which demonstrates that selah means forever. So there you have it. According to the sages in the time of the Talmud, they were also discussing this and decided it means forever. So let's talk about Gevurah in Hod. Following on from yesterday's discussion, let's consider the idea of an echo that carries Gevurah. When you set a boundary, it will have consequences. When you use force, there will be a reaction. The consequences are not the action itself, but the echo of the action. Think again about the light of the moon. The moon doesn't generate light. The splendor of moonlight is the consequence of the light from the sun bouncing off of the moon and back towards Earth. When we use strength appropriately, the consequences become splendor. Thank you so much for studying with me today. I would love to hear your thoughts. You can comment on the YouTube video, or you can come on over to school and join us in the community there. You can join the classroom for the counting of the Omer, and there's space to write longer form comments or have discussions with other people who are counting the Omer and studying the sefirot right now. It's been great studying with you. I will see you tomorrow.